Today is all about vegan food. I recently watched a Netflix documentary called You Are What You Eat, the Twin Study, that kind of made me rethink my diet, mostly the fact that I eat a lot of meat. So in hopes of expanding my palate, we're going to be trying 3 different vegan places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. There are only 2 rules. All food for the next 24 hours have to be completely vegan, so no animal products, and all the places have to be local, meaning I can't just go to a Burger King and order a bunch of Impossible Burgers. And I'll be judging all these meals based on taste, price, and accessibility. As someone who grew up having meat as a pretty big part of their diet, mostly because the alternatives didn't seem that appetizing to me, will today change my mind about what a delicious meal looks like. Maybe. Let's find out. Alright, I'm starving. We got our first meal of the day from a place called Fern. I just got myself a chorizo breakfast burrito with a side of herb potatoes. Everything costs $19.48. It's not too bad, but it's also not the cheapest either. I kind of expected it to be a little bit more pricier, so kind of good that it was less than what I was expecting. In regards to accessibility, I drove about 20 minutes to get here. I was able to just order to go, walk in there, walk out with my food. In regards to taste, this is my burrito. Let's open it up right here. The wrap is very green. This looks like meat. Oh my gosh. This looks like a actual chorizo. It's a hefty one. Smells so good. Take a look at this. Wow. Wow. First thing that comes to mind as soon as the flavors hit my mouth is that it's extremely savory in the sense that I would expect this to be meat. It's seasoned extremely well, a little bit spicy, which I like. There's some spinach in here, potatoes, the chorizo, looks like there's some peppers. I mean, that is delicious. In terms of the chorizo itself, you don't get that texture of crunchy, a little bit crispy when you kind of pan-sear chorizo a little bit longer. But in terms of the meatiness that you would expect with a chorizo burrito, it's there. Let's try some of these potatoes. It looks like they're nice and soft and golden brown. There's some tangy flavors in there. I don't know what it is. Big piece right here. They might have drizzled like lemon juice on it, because there's like a very distinct tanginess. And I like how on the box it says Pots on it. It's cute. And I can't tell if these are salted at all, but honestly, with the way that brightness from that citrus is coming through, I don't know if I need it. So interesting and very good for my blood pressure. Wow, okay, that was a very surprising experience. This chorizo breakfast burrito would definitely come hand in hand with some of the best breakfast burritos that I've had, period, like in my life. So I'm giving Fern an 8.7. Flavor-wise, it was there. The spiciness of a typical chorizo or a sausage breakfast burrito, all the ingredients were solid. I dinged them a little bit because as much as I love the flavors of everything, it definitely was missing a little bit of variety in regards to the texture department, which definitely could have been my fault because I was a little bit 10 minutes late on the pickup. 8.7, not a bad score. Let's move on. All right, everybody, we have gotten our meal from the second location, which is called Oh My Soul. So for lunch, I went and grabbed a wrap, but this one interested me because it is a chicken and bacon wrap. The price for our lunch meal at Oh My Soul totaled up to $19.46, so pretty similar with Fern for breakfast. But the thing was, this didn't come with sides. This was just strictly the wrap. If you wanted sides, it was like an extra $6 or $7. Definitely a little bit worse than Fern, because at least with Fern, you get the extra side of potatoes, which I got. In terms of accessibility, I was able to just order everything online, which was great. They didn't have a designated parking lot like Fern did, which is not great, but still not bad because I was able to find some street parking. It smells really good. One thing I like is how many herbs I see on this. It looks very clean. It also looks like the wrap is seared a little bit. It has the little sear marks. Cheers, guys. Wow. Wow. First thoughts, that cream is absolutely a must. It's very herbaceous. The textures of what a grilled chicken would be is in there. I'm not really tasting bacon, but it's supposed to be somewhere in there. You can tell they really loaded this up with greens, which I really love. Looks like a mixed salad sort of situation. There's red cabbage, some broccoli in here. It's a lot fresher and there's a lot more textural variety that I feel like I was missing with the breakfast burrito earlier. It might be tofu, but that texture is really nice. That was good. In terms of the taste category, I would give Oh My Soul's Grilled Vicken and Friendly Bacon Ranch Wrap 8.3. A little bit lower than Fern's Breakfast Burrito, only because this is a very subjective thing. I really loved how savory and almost very self-indulgent the breakfast burrito at Fern was. This is a much healthier bite, and as somebody who really enjoys the really savory meals, I didn't enjoy this quite as much as breakfast. But in regards to how I feel after eating it, I definitely feel less guilty because I feel not as heavy. I don't need that 2 o'clock, 3 p.m. nap that I usually get after eating like a heavier meal. It did a great job in regards to that. A very solid entry. So let's move on to dinner. All right, everybody. Sydney's in the car with me, but she's not in the shot. I really wanted to get a burger, so we went to like a local vegan burger joint called Romeo's. Everything costs it was about 45 bucks, but only because we ordered quite a bit of food. We ordered 2 combos with tater tots and a drink, and then on top of that we ordered a side of chili cheese fries as well as a strawberry shake. Accessibility, other than the fact that we have to drive 30 minutes in the rain, they have a drive-through, you can order online, you can order takeout, and they said that they do have a food truck near where we live, so it was just on us for not knowing that they had a food truck. In terms of accessibility, this is probably as best as it gets. We got tots here. This is their little house sauce. It smells like a typical Thousand Island, but it's probably not mayo. Wow, what in the world? That tater tot tastes different.
It reminds me of a Sonic tot.
It's very moist.
That's how a tater tot should be.
And kind of buttery. And I love how crispy that outside is. And the inside is perfectly smooth and soft and creamy. I got the Wherefore Art Thou Romeo burger.
And I got the Mac burger.
First thing, it looks like a cookout burger, but it's fat. I mean, look at the size of that. It is fat.
I don't understand this cheese.
The cheese is not as salty as like American cheese, but that texture is like perfect.
Because
it's like gooey and smooth.
when my parents tried to be vegan, they got this sliced cheese at the grocery store. It tasted like feet. My mom even tried to like sneak it in a sandwich once, and I knew immediately that it was not real cheese. But this, I could be fooled.
That first bite was just immediately savory,
They're so good.
self-indulgent. Like, this is completely no animal products, but it's like,
Indulgent.
yes, that is like the word of the day, guys.
Have you been saying that?
Yes. And then we also got some chili cheese fries. Looks like oregano. The fries look golden brown. Onion in there. Probably chunks of the either Beyond Meat or Impossible Meat, as well as slices of whatever vegan cheese that they use for the burgers. The perfect fry.
Pretty good.
I can taste the difference now, right? I think it's the meat now I can taste. I don't even think it's the cheese. It's almost sweet. Might be from the onions. I feel like I'm missing a lot of the savory aspect that you would expect with a chili. You can definitely taste the differences between like what a typical chili cheese fry would be versus plant-based. It is not my favorite thing, but as you can see, I'm still eating a lot of it, so it's good enough for me. I'm gonna get a taste of the shake. Dairy is always the big thing, right, guys? What am I tasting? You can tell something's different. It seems a little bit thicker. There's like an aftertaste to it. But whatever base they use kind of leaves a little bit of a slimy texture.
It feels more smoothie-like.
Yes.
Thank you for validating me.
I'm gonna give a rating on everything separately. The burger, that's a solid 9.1. It has smokiness, it has savoriness, it has the textures, the toppings are nice and crunchy. Pickles added a nice brightness to it. The sauce was solid. The cheese didn't take away. So 9.1 for the burger. Chili cheese fries,
It's a 7.
I would give it a 7. You can immediately tell the difference between that being a plant-based chili cheese fry. Texturally it's there. It's just taste-wise, you can taste the difference with the cheese. You can taste the difference with the actual chili. It's a lot sweeter, but something's off. Shake, I would give this like a 5.5. It's okay. It's not the worst, but it's not something that I would choose to get in the future. Something tastes kind of like artificially to me.
You didn't rate the tots. 10 out of 10.
Oh, the tots were solid. Like 9.8. They're about as perfect as tots could get. They were really good. If I were to give Romeo's a score of everything, 9 even. I would probably go to the food truck. I would just stick with the basics. Burger, tots, drink, bada bing, bada boom. I'm a happy guy. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.